Our Commitment 2014 coverage shifts to the Republican who is running in Maine's 2nd Congressional District. WMTW News 8's political reporter Paul Merrill reports.
The last time a Republican held Maine's 2nd Congressional District seat was 20 years ago when Olympia Snowe left it to go serve in the United States Senate. Since then, it has been held by Democrats, first John Baldacci and then Mike Michoud. With Michoud taking a run at the Blaine House this year, Bruce Poliquin is hoping to take this district back for the GOP.
You've got to make sure you go into this knowing that it's a scary world, it's a dangerous world.
Poliquin brings a high-energy intensity to his campaign for Congress.
We need to make sure we get the pieces right in Maine and the pieces right in Washington to have less wasteful government spending, less debt, lower taxes, fewer regulations, and cheaper energy.
During our conversation, the Republican nominee was not afraid to take jabs at his Democratic opponent. He did so repeatedly.
Career politicians like my opponent, Emily Kane, they're trained to bicker and to point fingers. Problems, frankly, were created by extreme liberals like my opponent, Emily Kane. She doesn't understand Maine. She's not from Maine. She's too extreme for Maine.
We asked Poliquin about the unprovoked attacks on his adversary.
I don't look at that as an attack. I look at that as being a very clear contrast. Do what's right.
Poliquin criticizes Kane for not being from Maine originally, but he hasn't always lived in the state, and as recently as 2 years ago, didn't live in this congressional district. The 60-year-old now calls Oakland home. He has served as Maine's state treasurer, but the bulk of his resume comes from working in the private sector. While Wall Street investors played a role in causing the recession, Poliquin doesn't see his background in finance as a liability in this campaign.
Not only were the people in the financial business to blame, but the regulators in Washington, career politicians who created those rules, were to blame also.
As recently as this summer, Poliquin had been pushing to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, but since winning the primary, he's moved to the middle on the issue of health care.
Obamacare is the law of the land. We need to make sure that we address this health care issue, which is very complicated for all Americans. There are parts of Obamacare that work that we should keep. There are other parts that we really need to focus on to replace. I'm Bruce Poliquin.
A big part of why Poliquin's running for Congress is to help pave the path forward for young people like his son, Sam.
My vision for our 2nd District, and for Maine and for America, is a more limited government that doesn't waste money, starts paying down its debt, has lower taxes, lower energy costs, lower health insurance premiums. That will encourage businesses to invest, create more jobs, so our families in the 2nd District can stay here and their kids can stay here and make it.
Tomorrow night, our political focus shifts statewide as we take a look at the contest for the United States Senate. I'm Paul Merrill, WMTW News 8.